Hi everyone, today we are going to have a look at another bracelet. This one uses multiple figure 8 here at the top, and it's an adjustable one this time, so we have this knot here at the back and we can just pull these ends to adjust it. So to make this one I'm using two pieces of paracord, one that's about 1 meter long and another shorter piece that's probably 30 centimeters or so, and I'm going to use this shorter piece later, so I'm just going to toss that aside for the time being, and I'm going to feed out probably about 30 centimeters of this longer piece, and I'm going to form a loop. Just like that, and then I want to take the longer piece and dive down through that loop. Just like that, and then sort of tighten it up and pinch it into place. Just like that. And again I'm going to dive down that loop from the other side. Pull that all the way through and tighten it up and pinch it into place. And then again I'm going to take the end and dive down through the loop, and you can sort of see the pattern that's forming here. Quite easy, just alternate diving down through that loop from the left and from the right. Just try and get these wraps here as tight as you can, which is the most difficult bit. Tighten them up and keep pinching them so they don't loosen. Again, dive down and pinch it into place. And then from the other side, come down, pinch it off. And you'll see after you've done a couple of wraps that there's a little bit of a gap between the wraps. If that happens after you've done a few like I have here, it starts to get a little bit more stable. So I can just close them down by pulling on these loops as I'm holding on to the wraps here, just to close those wraps down. And then I'm just going to keep going, alternating from the left and the right. And I'm going to keep going until I have about 8 wraps up this loop. So I have 3 now. I'm going to keep going till I have 8. So I've done my 8 wraps now, and I just want to lock this last bit into place, and I'm going to do that just by tugging on this tail end, and that should close up that top loop. So I just tug on it until this top loop closes, and there we'll have our first bit set. Next I want to take my bracelet and then just overlap the 2 ends, and then I just want to pick that up and rotate it vertically, and then take my shorter piece and just tuck it underneath those 2 strands. And I want to center this shorter piece, and then just start off by tying some cobra knots. And do that by coming over and then left hand over behind these 2 strands and then through that right hand loop, and then just tightening that down. And I want to take the left hand strand over, the right hand strand over, behind, through that left hand loop. tighten that down, and then alternate again, right hand over, left hand over that, and then behind and through that loop. And then we'll do one more, left hand over, right hand over, behind and through that loop. Pull that tight. And now we just want to snip and singe these stray ends off. Just going to grab my scissors, snip that off, singe the end, and just press it. And do the same with the other side. Next, we just want to adjust this bracelet by pulling these ends and adjusting it until it fits comfortably over the wrist. And once you get the length right, you just want to make sure that this knot here is around about centered with this other one down the bottom here. And once you're happy with that, what we are going to do is we are just going to tie a stopper knot, and we're going to do that by forming a loop and then just tucking that end through the loop and then working it up so it sits right near this knot here. Just a really simple overhand stopper, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. And then once you've tied both of these stopper knots, you just need to snip the ends. I'm going to leave this tag end the way it is and then cut the other end to around about the same length. So that's probably 1.5 centimeters or so. So I'm just going to cut that end off and then singe that with a lighter. Just watch your fingers just to sear that end. And then you can use these two little tag ends as your ends to pull on to adjust the bracelet. And you're done.